Okay, so this is the first part of our review for your final exam. Remember, guys, I'm giving you questions that are very specific to your final exam. This is a very valuable piece of paper. Don't lose it. Use it to study. Find questions that are similar, because these are the types of questions you will see on your final. Number 1, let's say the answer together. You guys have already been working on this. It should be x to the negative 8th power. We do know that if I had to write my answer as a positive exponent, that it would be what?
1 over x to the 8th.
Yes, 1 over x to the 8th power. Just watch your directions. It never hurts to just do that, all right? But just know that, just watch the directions, okay? The directions in this section would say to simplify the terms, okay? Simplify the expression. All right, number 2, let's say that one together. 5 to the 17th power, x to the 18th power. And we know that's multiplication. All right. Let's see. Xavier, what did you get for number 3?
48 over b to the 4th power.
Okay, so it is 48 b to the negative 4th power, but he recognized that we typically don't want a negative exponent in our expression, so we can move it to the opposite side of the fraction to make it positive. And this section specifically will say to write your answer using only positive exponents. All right, number 4, could I reduce 30 over 40?
Yes.
Yes, to what?
3/4.
3/4. Now I got to look at these c's. C to the 7th minus what? Negative 5. So this is something that is easily overlooked. That double negative actually changes to a positive 3c to the 12th over 4. Did anybody get all 5 right? Anybody get all 5 right? That's kind of challenging. Maybe miss 1 or 2. Anybody miss 1 or 2? Okay, do you understand what you missed? Any questions, guys? Okay, let's look now at number, all right, let's, sorry, not number 5. Let me switch gears real quick. Okay, let's switch gears over to scientific notation. You've got a good, probably letter grade of your final exam that deals with scientific notation in a couple different formats. So we're going to cover each one of those. Number 6, write it in scientific notation. Number 7, standard form. Number 8, standard form. Go ahead and do that. Okay, let's say number 6 together. 7.25 times 10 to the 11th power. All right, number 7. Isaiah, how many zeros would I add into that number, and where would they go?
Number 7.
Yep.
6 zeros.
And where?
Oh, after the 2.
After the 2, very good. And then remember to go back and put in your commas. Jamie, number 8, how many zeros would you put into that number, and where would they go? Yeah, very good. 4 zeros in front of the 1. And don't forget, guys, that means that I'm moving my decimal to the left that many places, which is 5 places to the left. All right, how did we do on those 3? Do okay? All right, on number 9, don't say it out loud. Okay, I want you to write down this number and tell me if it's in scientific notation, yes or no. Write it down on your paper. Don't say it out loud yet. Yes or no, guys?
No.
No. Okay, so because the answer is no, I want you now to write that number in scientific notation. Make sure you make all of the adjustments. All right, Morgan, how did you write that number in scientific notation? Very good. She also raised the exponent because we know if we move our decimal left, Zach, if we move our decimal left, that also increases the exponent value. All right, number 10. Okay, on number 10, I need to read you a scenario. It's similar to that basketball scenario from your review sheet. All right, your basketball team loses a game. There it is. It loses a game by 20 points. The opposing team scores 78 points. Write an equation that represents your team's score. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Your basketball team loses a game by 20 points. The opposing team scores 78 points. Write an equation that represents your team's score. Okay, sorry, had a little technical pause there. Sorry about that. All right, so our equation on number 10 was x plus 20 equals 78. Okay, because we needed to subtract to solve, so addition goes in our equation. Now, on number 11, we're going to translate the point 4 units left and 3 units down. All right, did anybody get that? Raise your hand. Did anybody get that answer? Any brave people want to volunteer? Zach, what did you get?
Negative 12 and 2.
Yes, negative 12 and 2. All right, any questions there? All right, how are we doing, guys? Did you guys get those for the most part?
Yes.
Okay. All right, yes, Miles.
Will you have to grab?
We are going to graph, but not until Monday. Okay. Yes, Gabe. I am. All right, number 12. Give me the formula for point slope form. All right, write it down. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And when do I have to use that formula? Yes, if I don't know the y-intercept and I have to write an equation, regardless of whether or not I have to use point slope, remember I always find the slope first. Then if the ordered pairs don't tell me y-intercept, I use point slope. All right, number 13, I want you to take these two ordered pairs and write the equation of the line that passes through these 2 points. So write the equation. Do you have to use point slope? Well, I don't know. You decide. But I need you to write the equation in slope-intercept form. Okay, so the first thing I do is what, guys? Isaiah?
W y minus y1. I mean y2 minus y1.
Yes. So what did you get when you subtracted to find your slope, Isaiah?
Say like negative 14, negative 4.
Yes. And then can you reduce that at all?
Yes. Negative 7 over 2.
Okay, so it actually is going to be positive.
Yeah, you can't do rise, can't be.
Well, even still, though, it's 2 negatives. It's 2 negatives, which they would cancel out, right? Because 2 negatives, even number, is a positive quotient. Okay, so 7 over 2 is going to be positive. So what is my equation? Kiana, did you get the final equation? Okay, Jason?
Y equals 7 over 2 x minus 4.
Okay, how did he get the minus 4?
Because it's 0.
Yeah, because it's paired up with the 0 for the x value. If there was no 0 up there, that's where I have to use point slope, okay? All right, next one. How many, what is the sum of the angle measures of a triangle? 180 degrees. You just need to write that down. It's on your final exam, so you just need to make sure you have it memorized. What is the Pythagorean theorem? What is the formula? Say it with me. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Very good. All right, next one. Find the cubed root of negative 64. Now, if you know this, if you have it memorized, you can just write it down. Otherwise, what would you do to solve?
Upside down.
And make sure you only divide by prime numbers on that upside down division. Kayla, do you know the answer to this?
I don't think on my notes. I know.
Okay, anybody? Possibly. Number times itself 3 times. Aramis? It is negative 4. Negative 4 would be my answer. All right, next one. A reflection. What is the key word for reflection? No, it flips. A reflection flips. What about a rotation? What did I say about rotations? Rotations turn. What about a translation? Translations slide. And what about a dilation? Dilations, yes, they change in size, okay? So one of those is on your final exam, just kind of that key word, will tell you which one it's going to be. All right, so reflections, rotations, translations, and dilations. And just like that, we're on number 20. Okay, that went kind of fast, right? Okay, which property tells us to add exponents with the same base? Product. With product, we add. Which property tells us to subtract exponents? The quotient. Okay? Quotient of powers tells us to subtract. Okay, I believe reflection is next. Reflect this ordered pair across the y-axis. Reflect this ordered pair across the y-axis. Let's see. Ayana, do you have that one? Yeah, the reflection. What would it be? No, not 5, -7. Yes, 5, 7. We do, guys, I need you to stop talking, please. Focus. I do the opposite of x when I reflect across y. I leave my y value the same. Okay, number 24, on the rotations, I will provide you with the code that you need, okay, on your final exam. So if it's a 90-degree clockwise rotation, I want you to rotate the ordered pair to -4. Noah, what did you get for the the rotated ordered pair? Okay, so Noah flipped it and did the opposite of x, -4, -2. Okay, we're going to stop there for now. We're going to finish up on Monday, equations. Let's see, we have equations on Monday. We are doing some graphing on Monday, Pythagorean theorem, and a little bit more of the writing equations with ordered pairs. All right, so that wraps up part 1.